Hey, yo, Zeno, I'm gonna try to take you back with this. You ready?
I'm ready.
I said, prodded up, Gucci'd up, honey got a Lucci up. Shake it fast, mama.
Gotta get that hoochie up. On the floor, daydreaming, shorty thinking we can fuck. Hey.
Room
service cocktails, get it ready,
round two.
Everlasting, she a bunny, honey,
Lasting long too.
Tap her out, screaming out.
All right.
Front desk, wildin' out.
Zeno, put that fire out.
All right. I like that.
No
Y'all
glory.
hear that though? What's that? Listen. Zeno, Chip is here.
Yo, don't quote me. Let's go. Yo, don't quote me. Episode 23.
Yes, sir.
It's been a long time coming, but we knew that we were going to step the pod up this year.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? And what better way than fresh off a nasty diss track that a lot of people didn't see coming, but it's effective right now. It's what everybody's talking about. Give it up for Benzino, man.
That's a fact.
Man, hey, this you said it's 23?
23.
Jordan numbers, baby.
Yeah.
Facts.
That's it.
Numbers
Facts.
mean something.
Hell yeah.
Facts.
We in the building, man. I'm happy to be here, man. Y'all setup is dope. And I'm just ready to have a good time, man. I'm in good spirits.
So, yo, man, to start this off, man, I hate when these podcasts make everybody wait. Let's get right to it, man. What the hell reignited the beef with M, man?
Absolutely.
And what made you go so hard? Everybody's shocked
I'm
right
saying
now.
I wish I could tell you. I don't know. The only thing I could think of is that 2 days prior of him releasing Doomsday 2, I had did the Adam 22 interview. And, you know, of course, people would understand, like, I don't go in there and tell him, like, make sure you talk about the Eminem thing. Like, every interview I do, Eminem comes up 22 years later. Still. I mean, it doesn't stop. Now, you know, I'm never the one to be like, I don't want to talk about that. Yeah, let's talk. Let's talk. So, you know, they ask me the questions, I answer the questions, and they usually stay on the topic for a little while. So we're talking about all kind of shit. You know, I don't think that this particular interview with Adam, because I didn't know what to expect, but he really didn't go. I think Adam was going harder on Eminem more than I was. And because I was just in the mindset like, ain't no more beef. I mean, that shit was years ago. I'm 58 now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and surely ain't no more, you know, wax beef or musical beef. And that's where I was with it. And then shit. But there was other things said that maybe M could still take offense to. It wasn't nothing. I just didn't hear nothing crazy in there because I'm not on that no more with him.
You actually asked him to do a record, right?
Nah, well, you know what? I think he asked me people would ask me would I ever do a song with Eminem. Of course I would. Why wouldn't I?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Like,
The money there.
you know what I'm saying? Not only the money there, but shit, I would be able to, you know, like people don't realize, like I've done collabos with some of the best of them, like Raekwon. I spit a hot verse with Ray and them, because Ray and them is just not gonna spit just because you Benzino. Like, you gotta spit some shit. Them niggas are serious about their craft. But Nas, I've worked with a lot of great ones, so it's like, why not work with Eminem? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, take us through your mind, because a lot of people are sitting here like, how is Benzino spitting this shit? Like, what the hell is going on? What was your mindset like entering this? And were you like, yo, is this like, this might be the last diss record I put out? Let me just go extra hard right now.
No, I'm just hungry. You know what I'm saying? Like, last time we was fighting, I was a multimillionaire. We was beefing. And
Yeah, facts.
trading it back. And when I say beefing, it's rap beef. It really isn't, because real street beef, man, people, there's a lot of heartache and pain with that. And this isn't that. And I treat this like that. Now, what I can say is back then I was a lot more emotional. It took things more personal. And now it's not like that. Like, it's funny because growing up in Boston and having the group, being in rap groups, Almighty RSO, that's all we did was battle people. Like, battling, block parties, that was all a part of hip hop. And a major part of hip hop. And you know, shit, like, to me, there's nothing like hip hop on the outside. when you can listen to some big ass speakers on the outside and it's just like raw hip hop, that vibe is just the illest vibe that you can ever get. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to have outside events now. You know what I'm saying? But it's the truth. Like I just, you know, I always was nice, and the people I was around was always nice. And you don't understand, like, I don't go in the studio by myself, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've done that. But for this, you know what I'm saying, I gotta bring my niggas with me and motivation and bounce shit off of each other and whatnot. Because number one, I've always been in groups. And I've always been in studio sessions where it was a gang of niggas. So when it's time to write a verse, there's always somebody there to get a line. There's always someone there to get a, you know what I'm saying, a verse. So you know what I mean? That's what's dope about hip hop. Like you know what I mean? Now that doesn't mean that sometimes I can go in there and I want to write, but you know, where I'm at in my life right now, I still love hip hop and I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? I'm hungry. And the Eminem thing was just the opportunity to show the world, you know, like, look, man, I've been doing this. Not talking arrogant or nothing, but I've been doing this for a long time. I think my skills in my music got overlooked because of the Eminem and his crazy ass fans, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, something we were talking about off camera was how you were saying that you feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but that you feel like more battle rappers should go at Eminem because he's a battle rapper that hasn't really been in the field in a minute like that.
There's something about, I need to know what is it. And I don't want to hear this, no, man, like why and I'm going to say this, why are niggas scared to go with Eminem? Why not just because I watch these battle rappers, man, I sit there in awe. I get goosebumps sometimes. And I was saying how the battle rapping part of hip hop is the most serious part of hip hop. The most serious, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the part where they don't really play around with it. You know, battle rappers, lyricists, I notice, are very serious with that. They do not play games with that.
Yeah, fact.
Like they take that personal. Everything is personal. It's controlled emotion, but you have to take it personal because that's what hypes you up to go back. So, and you want to hit them just as hard personal. So, you know, there's a major respect for battle rappers. And I'm still trying to figure out why isn't those battle rapping events like the Smacks and all the URLs on a bigger platform and more organized, just like how the UFC is, where I definitely know these guys and they're from different parts of the country, and like I'm still waiting for that. And salute to Smack and them because they've been doing it and they created the lane, and it's like for real. Like I'll go on YouTube and just get lost in that motherfucker for like 3, 4, 5 hours, and I don't do that with nothing other than cooking shows.
Right.
Like I don't binge watch
I love
nothing.
cooking shows.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Who's your top 5 battlers?
In no order. All right? In no order. I always like P.
Okay.
Y'all know P?
Okay, yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Bronx.
Ooh, wait.
I always like P. I mean, Ness is like, see, to me, Ness is like a double threat because Ness will beat your ass right there. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas be really scared of Ness. Like he's super fucking lyrical, but niggas be scared of Ness too. You know what I'm saying?
Talking about Ness Lee.
Yeah, Ness Lee.
Ness Lee.
Yeah.
For sure.
And my man from Jersey, man.
Arson?
Awesome.
Yeah, Arsenal. Yeah.
He's nasty.
Disrespect.
He's nasty.
Yeah.
The kid with the glasses from Philly, light skinned slim dude. Was that Charlie? Was Charlie Clips? Who's Charlie?
No, Charlie Clip's more heavy set light
No,
skin.
okay, no.
He's the one on Wildin' Out with
He might be
No.
thinking
I forgot
he
his
kinda
name.
tall.
I don't know if he's tall, but this nigga is I love this nigga. He reminds you of a Spanish nigga, slim nigga. I thought he was from
talking about
Philly.
Bill Collector.
Nope. I know his
got
name when you
glasses?
say it. He wears glasses sometimes.
John the Don?
He from out here.
No,
Atlanta.
no.
No.
He's light skinned with glasses? No. Facts?
Huh?
Yeah, for sure.
Facts.
And also I'm gonna give it up, you know. I'm gonna give it up to Lady Luck too, believe it or not.
Word.
Big Jersey.
Because a lot of people don't understand, like Lady Luck, right? To be honest with you, listen, female hip hop is blowing up right now, but it's the provocative, nasty hip hop.
Right.
Lady Luck spits with the best of them,
That's a fact.
Word.
and I think she don't get her props in that genre. You know what I'm saying?
She's definitely a trailblazer for sure. Like,
Well, who else in who else? What other females in battle rap that's like popping? Like, cause I don't know.
you got Jazz the rapper,
Miss Hustle,
Miss Hustle,
40 bars, Bonnie
sure.
Godiva.
you got
It's a
KCJ.
few.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a lot of
There's a lot of them now.
Is
But I show you
do any of them, any of them like with a fatty and butt like look bad as any of them like that?
Go ahead, June. Take
Yeah.
I can't answer that.
Fatty, you already know, girl. What's up?
I'm saying, is there any real sexy battle rap out?
Yeah,
right now?
yeah. There's
Who is it? Which one? I'm gonna ask all y'all. We gonna go
ahead.
down the line. Who
Go,
do you
no.
think?
We already know this.
I said Farrah.
Who's the consensus baddest battle rapper? We all know this.
My verse.
There you go.
Yeah.
But she ain't got the fatty or nothing like that. You
Nah,
know,
she
got the
wild.
Well, you gotta have a fatty to be a baddie.
Nah, I feel
You can't
you.
have a flatty and be a baddie. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yo,
She cute in other ways.
Yeah. She cute in other ways. See, that's some battle rapping shit. She's cute in other ways.
Typical battle rap
Right,
joint,
right.
right? Word.
so I got a question for you, right? So a lot of times when you hear like people talk about like Ether and Takeover, you hear rappers.
That's my number one song of all time. By the way.
Which one?
Ether.
Oh yeah.
Of all time.
Okay.
Beat and rhyme of all time.
So that Jay-Z versus Nas battle, who won that?
Nas.
I agree.
By a long shot.
Tell him that.
I'm talking.
I
I'm
agree.
talking by a few football fields.
I was there.
Why are you pointing at me, bro?
And we love Jay, but nah,
Ether. That one song.
I got that.
That one song. So far, will go down in history as one of the greatest, if not the greatest,
Right.
diss song of all time. If you listen to his cadence on that, like Nas, when like that, up until then, niggas didn't hear that out of Nas. Like Nas sound like Godfather when he wrote, when he rapped that. Like,
No, you ain't
I mean,
talking
Untouchable,
about
Scarface. He just like I listened to that shit to like man, and Ron Browse. That beat was, you got to give Ron Browse all the credit in the world, man.
Do you believe Steve Stout when he went on Drink Champs and he said that?
I know Steve really well too.
The first version wasn't what we heard, and he
yeah, he
had
said
to
it was
basically
worse.
take his coat off and like help him all night before the album came out. You believe that?
I don't see that. I know Steve. Steve's great in other things, advertisement, business, hip hop, and rapping. No. So I don't see that. But we live in the days where everybody wants to. So pop your shit, Steve. You know what I'm saying?
So to my point, right? That battle was so big, and a lot of these big battles, you sit down and you hear rappers talk about their perspective of what happened. We even heard Jay-Z's perspective, like my mom's made me apologize after Super Ugly and stuff like that. What I really want to know is when you and Eminem were going at it the first time, and he dropped that record that we all heard growing up. What was your response? Was you on goon time?
Like
Was
my
you
thing, go strictly going time. Like I just was
Word.
like, you know what I mean? And honestly, like, and I'm be honest, and let's make it clear. Like I didn't grow up a lyricist. I grew up loving hip hop. I mean, loving hip hop, loving hip hop, and I started out as a DJ. I started making beats, So these, rapping and everything. But I had other guys in my group, Made Men, RSO, Wise Guys, Untouchables, that were really spitters. I'm putting everything together. I'm the money nigga. I'm putting everything together. I'm really serious on the beats than I am. Like, if y'all listen to Stillmatic, Nas's first album, me 2 times, and Rest in Peace, JB, that's our record. Like, we produced that for him. It's the intro. Heart of a Lion. Dun, dun,
Dramatic intro?
yeah, that's our shit. Yeah, yes, it's Hangman 3.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fire.
That's one of the best intros of all time.
Word.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And the thing with that, we didn't get paid because we used the whole sample, like the Stacey Lattisaw, "Let Me Be an Angel" sample. Then they took all the publishing. But yeah, that's our shit.
That's fire.
So we also did Prodigies and Noris on HNIC. Prodigy and Nori, that's our joint too on
That's
there.
fire.
Like we produced for a lot of people. We got a couple of placements, but so I wasn't necessarily like the rapper's rapper. I could say I'm with a group, so shit, I don't have to super shine because I got other niggas shining. I can say my couple of things look good, you know what I'm saying? And I'm straight. So even within the group, even within the group, when the other guys left me in the Made Men because they decided they didn't want to be in it no more, and I had to go solo, I went and made Bang to This, and I got a album deal on Motown, and that to me like as a solo artist, and that tripped me the fuck out because I could never see myself like as a solo artist. I didn't think I had enough rhymes to be a solo artist. Like I just, not that I didn't believe in myself, but I knew my strengths and my weaknesses. My thing is like, damn, I was so disappointed and upset of them leaving that I said, man, fuck that. And we went and made the beat again. I had some violin players come in. I had opera singer come in. And my influence was Mobb Deep, Havoc, P. Like around that time, I was heavily influenced with Mobb Deep. And I went in there and I killed that shit. And that was the first song that Funk Master Flex was throwing bombs over. I damn near was, man, I'm a Cancer, so I get emotional. And I got super emotional because no way somebody could have told me that I would have a solo song and people would be loving it like that. So since then, it was like, okay, I could fuck with this. You know, I could do my little one. I did a song with Pac in the studio. I've rapped with the best of them. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, MJ. I know you want to break that down.
Yeah. So what happened with you and Pac in the studio? Because we have a lot of talks about Tupac up here. Tupac's my favorite rapper of all time.
Right.
What is Pac like in real life, real time?
This Yuck
Do we
mouth.
need to get that?
I got 5.
No, yeah.
That's crazy.
Tell Yuck what up.
Hey,
Yuck, what up, man? What up, Yuck?
Keep on playing with you, huh?
Come on, Yuck. Come on, Yuck, man. Why they bothering me, man?
Why they playing with you, huh?
Come on, Yuck. Why they bothering me? I ain't bothering nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Why they fucking with you? So, like, this nigga ain't almighty RSO. Like, this nigga ain't got bars. They better leave your ass alone.
Man, hey, listen, hey, Yuck, I got 2 more in the chamber for his ass now. He better come on. For real.
Man, they better leave you alone, man.
How you been, my nigga?
I love you, my nigga.
I love you more, nigga. I appreciate this, bro. I'm right in the middle doing this podcast.
My nigga, I just want to say salute, man.
I love you, my nigga. I will.
Word. That's love.
Yuck mouth.
That's what's up.
That's fire.
So,
Right?
you on me your swing set. I'm on your swing game. Yo, so
Okay,
how
so
was
the Pac thing, I'm gonna tell you the whole story. Are y'all familiar with Bumpy Knuckles, Freddie Fox?
Of course.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm gonna tell you a story. Now, first of all, that's my brother now. All right. So Bumpy, I got signed. We got RSO, my group, Almighty RSO. We got signed to Flavor Unit. All right, with Shakim and Latifah. They was putting out an album, Roll with the Flavor.
this Tommy Boy time?
Well, this was right after Tommy Boy.
Gotcha.
Right after we got signed to Flavor, because the Tommy Boy thing, we got sued by the police, and we ended up getting dropped by Tommy Boy, a bunch of bullshit. So, shout to Shakim and Latifah signed us.
Okay.
We were the only group outside of Jersey that they signed. They had a whole roster of people from Jersey that they signed, men and women. You know what I'm saying? Remember the chick that did Doing It Well?
Yeah.
LaShawn, she got signed from there. You know, there was a couple of New York cats, but most of them were all from Jersey. Apache, God rest them, remember Apache? So we all went on a tour together. We had a track called The Bad Boys. And we all went on a tour. We had put out a compilation, Roll with the Flavor. Remember, Hey, Mr. DJ?
Hell yeah.
That was on the compilation, and we was in the video and shit. You know what I'm saying? With Jeanette, yeah. So, me and Tretch, we got cool through that and everything. So we're on a promotional tour. So the office was like a firehouse in New Jersey. So we meeting them and shit. We excited. We going on tour. So there's like 1, 2. There's 5 of us. You know what I'm saying? So we on tour. There's like 3 vans, I think, and everybody's there and shit. So we on tour. So Freddie Fox is signed too. So Fox is Shakim's man, but Fox from the street. Fox street niggas. Fox get it in. Been locked up the whole shit. Fox was like, people were scared of Fox on the tour. He was like the bully. So I think we was in D.C. So I don't even know what happened. Now this story had got twisted around. This story had got twisted around to where I used to think Freddie Fox smacked Benzino. Like this was like this thing been going around for years. And I'm glad that we could laugh about it, talk about it now. But so Fox was a big nigga, coming out of jail, you know what I'm saying? You could tell niggas come out of jail thick opposed to niggas working in the gym. It's a whole different thickness. Yeah, whole different swole. You know what I'm saying? So he got the yard swole, right? So Now back then I'm not in the gym. I'm a little nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I had a strap on me and shit. You know, of course. You know what I mean? Like I carried all the time, and so we in the thing, and I don't know how it happened. I think Fox said something. I don't know if it was to me or somebody, but just said some crazy shit. And I was like, yo, my nigga, you ain't gonna do shit, and pulled the strap out. So Fox said, stop the thing. And Fox got out, and then Fox got up out of there. So, you know what I'm saying? It was the whole, I don't know if the tour was shut down. I don't know what happened, man. I just remember that me and Fox also knew each other through a mutual guy, Big Chuck, in Boston in Four Corners. And Fox would come up there and hustle and everything, you know. I don't know if this was after or before, but long story short, Fox ended up contacting Sean, said he wanted to holler at me, and we ended up talking and squashing everything. But Fox was like, yo, he was impressed. He was like, yo, like, in other words, like, this was like some movie shit, like, yo, you stood up to me. Like, he said, I want you to do something. I'm like, what? He's like, I want you to get on a track with me and Pop. I said, look, bro, I said, be honest with you, I got 2 more niggas that are waiting. They said, nah. I want you to do it. I'm gonna be at Power Play. It was a studio in Queens, and I want you to come by. I said, bet I'm gonna tell you, nope, I want you to come by yourself. So I'm like, is this nigga trying to set me up? I said, is this nigga trying to set me up? I'm like, Fox trying to line me up. So I said, fuck it. He said he was gonna have Pac there. I don't know if Dave, but somebody said that him and Pac were cool. I don't remember. I ended up going by myself. You know what I'm saying? And so as I go in the studio, and I swear to God it's happened, as I go in the studio, Pac, he's already in the booth, Fox. He got no shirt on with a big-ass machete, like a fucking Arabian Nights machete, like a big ass curve, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm looking at this nigga, and he's rapping, and the engineer, just him and the engineer. And I'm like this, okay. I'm like, that shit hard. So he come out, we get that, man, you know what I'm saying? The song was called Killer, and he wanted me to go first. And I'm sitting there like, he said, Pac's on his way. So I'm nervous as a motherfucker, so I'm like, damn, I gotta write a fucking verse myself right here. Mm-hmm. I ain't got nobody around me, nothing but me. And it was pressure, because I knew how Pac got down, and I knew how Fox got down. Fox was a real New York boom bap lyricist and took it very serious. Came from the KRS-One camp, and for people that don't know.
Was this 95, 96?
94.
1994.
1994. 1994, and then I said my shit. It's the return of the troublemaker. I don't remember all of it, but SID did the beat. That's the dude that used to work and do tracks for Naughty by Nature from Jersey. They called him Sid, S-I-D. So Pac came, and it was him, Alamo, the DJ from Brand Nubian, his brother Mo Preem, and Stretch. Rest in peace to Stretch. Right? And Stretch was signed to Tommy Boy when we was there, Live Squad. So me and Stretch had met. So they came in, it was cool, we smoking. He went in there, and I ain't even gonna front. He destroyed it. Like, he killed that shit. It took him a couple of minutes and just went in there and destroyed that shit. And I was like, damn. And then we did a skit. It was a drive-by skit. Mm-hmm. Pac was like, put your fucking mask on, Ray. He was calling me Ray. Because my name was Ray Dog. Yeah, back then. It wasn't Benzino. So we ended up doing a song. The song never came out. I don't know. Fox never put the song out. I don't know if it was clearance problems. Later on, the song was still floating around, and Fox was like, Z, you can have it. So I took it, and then I remember we got it cleared through Suge. Suge cleared it. We put the song out. We redid the beat, put a singing nigga on it, and got sued by Afeni.
Oh, man.
God rest Afeni. We had to give Afeni $150,000.
Damn.
You know, I had it was the source, and it was Afeni, so it really wasn't like it was like it was an honor, you know, because I got a lot of respect, Afeni, Black Panther, so you know I just took that one, you know what I'm saying?
So this was before the Source Awards, before he did the performance there.
You know what? And it's crazy.
The mic down.
Yes, this was before that. It wasn't too long, because this is when everything started happening in the park in '94. You know what I'm saying? So this was like probably towards the beginning around that. I remember it was cold in DC, so if we go from we was on tour, it was a little chilly, so you know what I'm saying? But this was like probably like the early '94-ish, I think, when we did it.
Was you around for the whole quad shooting? and all that?
Yeah, of course I was around for that. I was around for everything. Like, you know, because at that point, the source was like in New York. The offices was on Houston Street.
Okay, yeah. Chinatown.
I was still living in Boston, but I'm back and forth, you know, because it's just 3 hours up 95. And anybody who knows me, they know I drive crazy as shit. So, yeah, they know I'm a fast, crazy driver. Like, you know what I'm saying? So.
Yo, what you saying that you knew Stretch, and you know, June just asked you about the Quad Studios, and especially with like the Vlad interviews going around where everybody has a perspective on every single piece of Tupac's life. What was your perspective on that?
Look, my perspective on Pac is this, and just basing it from a street type of, coming from a street's perspective. You know, Pac was into a lot, man. Pac was fucking with a lot of different niggas from a lot of different sides. That alone is dangerous. You know what I'm saying? That alone. Now, you can casually come across niggas and even have a studio session with niggas, but as far as hanging out, kicking it with, and being involved with daily things that niggas are going through, when you dealing with stuff like that, you know, the way I look at it is, you got to, every time you meet somebody in their crew, it's an amount of chaos that you got to put on yourself if you're going to be a part of that or not.
Thanks.
As a young man or as a man and how you mature, that's what's going to keep you alive out here. The more you limit the foolishness and crazy shit with other niggas that has nothing to do with you, the more you can stay alive out here. Pac was just fucking with a lot of people, and he was making a lot of noise. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to stay alive making as much noise as Pac was making and fucking with the sides of East, West, them niggas in Newark, and he was fucking with a lot of different, that's usually what happens. I'm gonna be honest with you. Never mind Pac, just niggas from around your way. When you fucking with a whole bunch of niggas, that be the nigga who ends up usually getting the shit pill. You see, so when people don't look at it like that, Pac was one of the most gifted minds that we've had in our culture. Not just hip hop, but minds. And he came from a solid cloth, a revolutionary cloth. But Pac was into too much with too many people making too much noise. And all that is a recipe for you know, for something bad to happen.
Hell yeah.
I want to ask this. Earlier you said something about being sued by the police.
Yeah.
I don't think people really know what happened with you and the police in Boston, like the hip hop police and all of that, how they used to fuck with you so much.
Chamber.
Man,
What
from
you-
the chamber.
Yeah, what you want to tell the people about that?
What people got to understand is when everybody's seeing CNN and the George Floyd and all these murders, which are very unfortunate, we was going through that in Boston in the 70s and 80s at a very high rate. Niggas was getting killed by police on a regular basis. We was the #1 car theft for a while, Massachusetts. And the laws had to get changed because if they chased them, they was allowed to shoot them and kill them.
Ooh.
A bunch of my niggas who were car thieves, that was their game, used to just get in chases with people. We'd be on the block and here they come, vroom, and they play, vroom. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. And a few of them who was just in that life died. One jumping out, being chased, jumped in the river and drowned. 2 other got shot in the car. Then they changed the law because of it. To say you can't even chase them anymore. Okay. One in the chamber was about a 17-year-old kid that got shot under a car by 2 police. How you gonna justify that? Christopher Rogers and then Nathaniel Lackland was shot in Jamaica Plain Projects twice in the back of his head. Some Irish cops, and no police goes to jail in Boston. So this shit was like to the point where it just happens to be, it's a regular thing. There wasn't no internet back then. Nobody was marching and nobody was pissed off and there wasn't Attorney Crump anywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it was a regular, just another day in Boston, another night in Boston.
You said something interesting to me last night. So basically, with me being from Mass, when I meet other people, they be like, yo, Boston's mad racist. And it's like, we be fighting it. Like, nah, there's way more racist. Go to Utah and tell me how racist Boston is. You know what I'm saying? But you one of the first people that as soon as we started talking about racism in Boston, you was like, it's mad racist.
I mean, listen,
You know what I'm saying?
y'all can understand, Boston,
Yeah,
Boston
that's what I was trying to get him to
is one of
speak
the
about.
3rd incorporated towns in America. We're talking cities and towns incorporated: Boston, Braintree, and Quincy, Massachusetts. Quincy, Mass had 3 presidents because they was the only incorporated city at the point. You know what I'm saying? So that history runs deep with white Puritan, Irish, Anglo-Saxon, all right? That is their shit. Like, make no mistake, the Irish run shit, and they've been running shit. The Italians get theirs. The Jews are always somewhere getting theirs.
That's right.
All right? But I'm saying, growing up, it was segregated. Irish here, the Italian there, the Jews here, and the blacks here. And everybody stay in their motherfucking places. That was, yeah. If not, you're going to get fucked up. All right?
It's like The Departed.
Look, no, but it's true. It's true. It's true.
That's one of the best movies of all time.
When you look at racism in the South, you see black and white. A lot of black and white. The hoses, the dogs, a lot of black and white footage. You see racism in Boston, it's color. Right in the 70s when they was busing and they was sending kids just to better schools in different white neighborhoods, the whole town would get together when the buses come, thousands of people from a kid 6 years old flipping the finger to the mother like, get the fuck out of here, nigga. Thousands of people in them cities in the 70s.
I feel like now it's changed though, right? Because like
Fuck no.
I love Boston. Nah, but look, my dad lived in Boston,
Hell
right?
no.
And there's a huge Dominican community out
Dominicans are
there.
cool.
I'm
Look,
Dominican, right?
Dominicans are cool.
We done took over Boston.
Listen,
You know what I'm saying?
listen, but that goes to show you, look, they will let the Dominicans get it. A big portion of that is because why? The Red Sox. They, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a fact.
The Dominicans, see, one thing about Boston, they're gonna motherfucking cheer for you if you hitting the ball, dribbling the ball or bouncing the ball. But they don't get, but if you let you be outside, then you a nigga. And the Dominicans have such influence on the Red Sox, Big Papi, and to where is that they said, okay, you know what?
Y'all good.
We got them. Niggas, y'all still ain't gonna have shit. It's the truth. I'm glad you brought that up because that is true. You know what I'm saying? But like, listen, it's like that. My girl's from Atlanta. All right. Shout to my baby Ashley, and we've been watching these documentaries and stuff. And she was like, "Damn, they're really racist." Now she from here. She from the South, saying, "Damn, they racist like that." Come on. Nah. It's fucked up there. It's still today. It's still segregated. The political structure, we're talking the press, the police, 3 Ps, the press, the police, and the politics is still run heavy by white people up there. As long as that's happening, then everything else stays the same.
Speaking of white people, let's go to the source real quick. You and Dave Main's relationship, right? Dang. So the story that we hear from the outside looking in is Benzino Debo'd his way up into the source. You know what I'm saying? No. Like, how did that come to be?
Dave came and interviewed us at another radio station. We had ERS. We was doing ERS does a telethon to get money. They were a college station, and we go up there and do a live performance. All the bands come to Boston every year and help them out. So we up there. He came up there to interview us. Kid from Harvard, white Jewish kid from Harvard, came on an interview. Hey, what's up, Dave? Gave him an interview. And we started fucking with each other. He said, hey, I got a radio station up at Harvard. I need y'all to come up. Went up there. You know what I'm saying? Went to his dorm. Oh shit, dorm. This is crazy. We in Harvard, yo. I'm looking through his man's drawers. He had some weed, had some good ass weed, you know what I'm saying? I didn't even know who his man was and shit, you know what I'm saying? That ended up being one of his partners. And they started the source, him and 3 other partners, started it, them 3. I'm in Boston, I'm in the streets, I'm getting it, you know what I'm saying? And then as time went by, you know, Dave and us forged a friendship. It was just, to be honest, look, the first 10 years of me and Dave's friendship and the source, I was making more money than the source in the streets. It's not even like, so what am I deboning him for? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Dave didn't have shit. Dave had a Jetta, and he was trying to, you know what I'm saying? I had Benzes and Beamers and jewelry when I met Dave.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was getting street money. My father was heavy with the mob, and I was doing my thing. You know what I'm saying?
Where you was at in Boston, like exactly?
Really everywhere, all through that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like I grew up in Academy Homes projects. I was born close to Jamaica, playing projects. Grew up in Academy Hills project, and then moved and spent most of my life in Four Corners.
Okay.
Four Corners was a spot that everybody from everywhere came. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, like Boston, I was since '79. I was out the house, and I've been in the streets of Boston, every part of Boston, like there's a lot of I could name over 100 niggas, because Boston's not that big, that been murdered or so, like, I survived that because I went through a lot. The rap shit, Benzino, loving it. Fuck all that. I'm talking Boston was crazy. The police and it was nuts. So me even surviving that was it was it's a big thing, man. Marky Mark. Oh, you want to know about the Marky Mark story? All right.
Yeah.
Y'all know Marky Mark?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Marky
Y'all know
Mark.
Marky Mark?
Marky Mark.
Yeah.
Tell you about
Wahlberg.
In the
Let me tell you about Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. Y'all ready for this one?
I swear they love Marky Mark. So
Hey, Robert Sack, roll me another thing for this one right here, a joint. Roll me a nice joint. Because this one here is going to fuck people up because he's a huge fucking star, a mega star right now.
Oh shit! Here we go.
All right, but let me tell you about Marky Mark.
Okay.
So we're going to go way back, like maybe 85, 84. I remember I had a Dodge Subaru at G&L Auto trying to get it fixed to somebody, trying to get my radio put in.
Hold on. You said a Dodge Subaru.
A Dodge Subaru. A station wagon. It was a station wagon Subaru.
I got what
Dodge
you're saying.
Subaru station wagon. I had just got, that was my little trap car. I had speakers back in it, crazy. You know what I'm saying? Four-wheel drive for the winter. You know what I'm saying? It was dope. It's like 84, 85. So I take it to G&L Auto on Dorchester Ave. Now at this point, I'm in Dorchester. Now Dorchester, certain parts of it still got Irish, but then the other parts are just niggas.
Right.
So the place where I'm getting my car fixed is where the Irish at. So I take it there. That's the first time I meet him. So he's like working there. He looks like he has like one of them garage type of dicky type
Outfit.
thing on.
Yeah.
So he's out there smoking a cigarette. I'm like, yeah. Don't you know the next day my fucking radio gets missing and shit, right? So
Marky got
I've come to find out that that's what he was good for. And he couldn't be found after that. I said, this motherfucker took my radio, right? Now, I knew him as Donnie's brother because he wasn't Marky then.
New Kids on the
Donnie
Block
was
was fun.
fucking with
New Kids
Maurice Starr and them with the New Kids on the Block.
Right.
Just carbon copies of New Edition.
Facts.
Get out of here. I'm sorry, man. I'm not with it, bro. I'm just not with, like, because we got something black, like, okay, we need something white. No. When you get something white, then you're going to take away all the white fans from them.
Right.
That's all you're doing. When you're making something white with something that's working so great black, you just taking all the white fans that's going to love them because they're white, and they're just a carbon copy of them. That's the same thing with Eminem. It's the same shit. Eminem can spit, but the machine knew that, look, hip-hop is going white, and these white kids love, but there's a whole part of the United States that white people ain't going to fuck with niggas no matter what you say.
Okay.
We need somebody for them. And that's what fucked it up. That's all I was saying. That's the only point I was bringing up.
So you saying he can spit? That's
Of
not
course
the
he
it.
could.
Yeah, of course.
A blind man can see that.
Facts. Facts.
A blind man can see that Eminem can spit, man.
Word.
Come on. Now I'm going to throw something in there. His type of spitting ain't my type of hip-hop. Like, I'm not into that. Now, I listen to these other battle rappers, I be into that. It's not the same as Eminem. Like that. I'm not into that.
Right.
I'm into the shit, and I'm into the shit that means something, because that's the type of hip-hop that I came off of.
Respect.
There are different genres of hip-hop. There are different lanes of hip-hop. Why can't I didn't grow up on that lane. It didn't even have to be Eminem. I wasn't a Cannabis fan. No disrespect to Cannabis, and no disrespect to, I wasn't like into the backpack shit. I respected it, and I could listen to some good shit out of it, but that wasn't my shit. I listened to NWA, gangster shit, Ghetto Boys, and shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Gangsta Nas, when Nas came out, Reasonable Doubt. Like, I don't listen to the, I don't listen to that. Whether you black, white, Asian, Indian, I don't listen to that.
I got a question, right? So, as a fan, I've always wanted to know this, right? So, you dropped the Source issue with Eminem, where you had the CD attached to the joint.
Yeah, the racist
When
CD.
you dropping all kind of racial slurs and all
Racist.
that.
The
That
rap
was back in
racist album.
03 or something, right?
Yeah.
So where the hell did you get that at the time?
His guys. He had two guys that used to be in his group when they first started out. Two white guys. They went to the source. I was in Puerto Rico at the time shooting this movie with Ja Rule. And I got the call from Dave like, yo, because mind you, the beef is going on at this time. He's like, man, guess who's up here? I'm like, who? He's like, DJ so-and-so and Maddox and so. I'm like, who the fuck is that? I'm like, who's that? He's like, yo, these guys started with Eminem and they got a tape. And he's calling motherfuckers porch monkeys. And oh my God, you got to get up here. I couldn't leave that night, but I got on the very next fucking flight that morning. I got to the airport like 3 hours early.
Wow.
Like 3 in the morning in Puerto Rico. I said, man, listen, I get there. They in Dave's office chilling. I'm looking at these niggas and shit. I'm like, so what's up? I said, I don't want to really, I didn't want to really talk to these niggas too much. I said, how much y'all want for the thing? And then Dave was like, they wanted 50. I was like, no. So we negotiated 15,000.
They went from 50 to 15?
They had been trying to sell the tape for over a year to Irv Gotti and everything.
Wow.
These are his guys that started rapping with him
Back in the
at the
80s.
very beginning.
Wow.
So this current diss, you just woke up and your mentions were.
Now I'm saying he just woke up and just started disrespecting me. And the only thing I could think of, he's trying to promote an album. He's trying to get hot again. I mean, just think about it. The black culture, gossip sites and everything,
Zeno.
they don't necessarily, thank you, Shaq. They don't necessarily like Shade Room, and they don't necessarily fuck with him. He's not newsworthy for our culture. This was the way, he knew this was the way to do it. He just underestimated me. He just figured that Eminem got really too comfortable. He really felt like, listen, I can do no wrong, anything I do, and anything I say, and I'm gonna be accepted forever as just the dopest ever. And he didn't think that this could happen. You know, this got a lot to do with God too. You know, and karma and universe and energy. You know what I'm saying? He started getting really too big and too comfortable. I'm still hungry. I'm out here.
Sounded like you was hungry on that joint.
I'm hungry. I'm still
That's
hungry.
a fact.
This definitely like the best diss track to Eminem that's came out in like the past
Appreciate that, man.
5-10 years. No lie.
That's a fact. They say MGK flamed them too, but
MGK did too.
Since Rap Devil, yeah, for sure.
word.
That MGK, he's just, MGK's a model now. He's so coming from him. It's like, he's a model. He's with the chick. What's her name?
Megan
now?
Fox.
Megan Fox.
Yeah, man, he ain't wetting that. He got himself some good pussy. Man, he ain't fucking with that. You know what I'm saying? But he's starting to
Right.
get, the reason why I liked the MGK joint, because of the beat.
He
He picked it a dope beat. You know what I'm saying?
Beat.
And he was, he's like, yo, why you yelling so much? Our culture related to his type shit. It's just that him as an artist, nobody really took MGK serious.
Right.
Bad Boy. You know what I'm saying? It just didn't fit in Bad Boy.
Hold on, quick question. So you ever ran into Marky Mark again after he stole your
Oh,
radio?
okay. My bad.
Yeah.
We didn't even finish that. joint.
seen-
Yeah, I was-
So you said
like,
you said he stole your radio.
Mark,
Yeah.
So I never seen him. So the Boston Music Awards, we had one, the first one, and we was happy. This is the best rap group, Almighty RSO. We ain't win shit. We in the streets. Oh man, awards about this big. Fuck it. You keep it over your house, and I'll keep it at my house. There's 100 of us. So the next year, this Marky Mark comes out in the Funky Bunch.
Good vibration.
This nigga's on underwear, fucking Calvin Klein underwear boxes.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm like, all right. This nigga wins the Boston Music Award. We're like, huh? We mad in the motherfucker, man. We pissed. How the fuck can this motherfucker win it? We hated this nigga from then on. He started blowing up. Feel it, uh-huh. Feel the vibration, Feel it, uh-huh.
with your radio.
Feel the vibrations. So Marky Mark got big. He was going on the Arsenio Hall show. He was going to wear Boston Bruins. Now, there's a post on Benzino was legendary _ where you see that the pop art things, the little statues, we just got ours. And you see it's graped out and they did it so dope. We got the Bruins shit on, we got Timberlands, we got Adidas. That's all Boston niggas did was trees and leaves, Timberlands and Adidas.
Check the whole style.
Went to graves and whole parks got torn down by the feds. They just did a big My guys over at, from Interville just did a dope ass documentary about Adidas and how serious. Now, I've been going 40, 43, 44 years straight, never with no Nikes, nothing, no Jordans, just strictly Adidas. And yes, I have some on there. He was going on there wearing Bruins. That's our colors. When 2003 colors came out, Boston started getting ganged out with their colors. So everybody's wearing different teams and shit. Everybody knew ours was Bruins, black and gold. That's how we're classified. This nigga said he was going to wear it. Now we had just lost 2 guys in our group. We buried Rock all in Bruins with the hat and everything. Buried him. This was the youngest member. I get in touch with Donnie. I said, Donnie, listen, you tell him not to do that. I said, it's going to cause a lot of problems if he does it. He can wear anything else. Celtics, Red Sox, whatever the fuck you want. Do not wear Bruins. Tell him don't. That'd be disrespectful. Man, he doesn't listen to me. I said, all right. Come to find out he was going to do it anyways. We found out where he was practicing at. It was like rehearsal space, John Messina's in Fenway Park. So we chilling. Everybody parked up. We talking on. They must have been smoking weed because you got to go upstairs to practice where the practice room's at. Not just rappers, but rock bands. It's like a practice area, right down Fenway Park. As soon as we hit that motherfucking first staircase, get Marky out of here, get him out of here. Everybody screamed. We caught 2 of them, broke one of their legs. This is a true story.
This is just his
Put another
fight,
one in the hospital.
People he was running with?
Huh?
This is just the people
This is me. This is the Funky Bunch, because they was practicing for Arsenio the next day. They was
Oh,
flying
y'all
out.
niggas broke
This
the
was the
Funky
Funky
Bunch.
Bunch.
That's crazy.
So he ended up going to Arsenio because they had to record it live the next night, and he had Chicago White Sox shit on, minus 2 of his band members.
Switched it.
Right? So from there, his manager, Dick Scott, rest in peace, 70-year-old black man, like remind you of one of like, you know how the old the black movies are back in the day? Like real kind of like that type of thing. Not so much on the gangster side, but you knew he had gangsters with him. So he was the one that got Marky. He's really the one that seen that Marky was gonna be a big, huge star. He got him the Calvin Klein thing, the music, and then he got him into the movies. A black man did that, Dick Scott. Just like Maurice Starr did the New Edition, another black man that first started out with the New Edition, did the New Kids. Maurice Starr, another black man. So they had something together, Dick, Maurice, because all the money was going through there. New Edition, New Kids on the Block, Marky Mark. So they heard about everything. So they wanted a meeting. So I went and met Dick. He said, look, man, what do I got to do for you to leave him alone? I said, listen, I have respect for him. He's an older guy, and he was a fly dude. I mean, dressed sharp. Come to find out he was gay, like one of the first. But not saying that because it was like, I found that later on, but I had so much respect for him. And let me finish the story. So basically, he wanted to see how much. I said, well, look, I got a group. We want to go on tour. I need a tour bus for about 3 months, about 40, 50,000. He said, no problem. He said, I want you to come to my house in Jersey. He had a super mansion in Jersey. We all went up there. We was about 12 deep. He had like 7 rooms. Each room had a jacuzzi tub in it. We stayed the night until the bus came in the morning, picked us up from his crib. Me and him had a meeting together, man, and he was just laying down some really, really dope shit to me that made me see things a little bit early in a different perspective. Maybe not all the way, but he really was the first one to kind of like, I wouldn't say not like a father figure, because Schnapps was my father, and our relationship was an ill relationship, but just as a man that I don't know, he just had this aura about him that was just a businessman in the music industry. He just looked like a mogul and he was just a fly dude. And he had a triple bypass heart surgery. And man, so yeah, man, like I learned a lot, and that was the thing. And then Marky Mark, we never had an issue after that. I mean, they didn't like me after that. Of course, I understood that. But when you look in retrospect, he could have wore anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what him and Donnie have done, even with the Wahlbergs, I've been to a couple of their Wahlburgers, great food, great service. I used to live across the street from one over here
I know put that here to Wahlberg.
at the back. Yeah, Wahlberg.
crazy.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
know
man.
I never
Yeah,
knew
they did it with their
that.
other brother.
It's,
And
it's even spelled like that.
they got one up there by the stadium. By the stadium. Remember Sack?
Yeah.
By the stadium, the Wahlburgers. I used to stay across the street, yeah. So, and they do it with their other brother and their family, and I respect that. I do. But you know, we was wild boys back then, man. You know what I'm saying? It was a different time.
Word.
So question, right? Go back to the Source, right? Source Awards has some of the craziest moments of all time, some of the most iconic moments from Snoop. I mean, to Outkast, what Andre 3000 said.
Suge.
Yeah, to the whole Suge and Diddy thing. What is something that's not common knowledge that happened at the Source Award that would be a great story for the people to hear?
You know, I mean, pretty much everybody heard the Pac stories and you know the fights and everything. You know, it's just. I mean, the vibes used to be the ones in Miami was really off the fucking chain because we had the beach. So just imagine thousands of women with bikinis on coming to the Source Awards. Before it'd be freezing ass cold, New York City,
Yeah.
and then or we in LA and it's wild as fuck. A lot of people don't know that a lot of people got robbed
Oh yeah.
coming outside the LA one. You know what I'm saying?
Sounds
Yeah,
about
coming.
right.
And you know what? I was gonna say names, but for these basketball players, they're not playing now, but they're Hall of Famers, and I won't because I have a great deal of respect for them. And I wouldn't want nobody to do that to me. But a bunch of basketball players got robbed for their jewelry. I mean, a lot of people at the LA one that year got, in Pasadena, a lot of people got robbed at that one. You know what I'm saying? But
I know one of the names. Yeah.
So
Nigga don't want to
well, I mean, if
say.
you want to say it, I mean, I don't, you know.
Who was it, MJ? Don't say Joe Smith.
Nah, the one I,
It wasn't Joe Smith.
The one I heard was it Shaq? That's what I heard. I heard it was Big Diesel.
Niggas robbing
That's
Shaq. They
what I heard.
bold.
But you got.
Shaq, you bold in the motherfucker.
But you gotta look at it like this: if anybody can get caught with their pants
for
down,
sure.
when a gun's in your face, it don't matter.
Right.
Because I've been caught. Everybody been
7'1"
caught.
and
I'm gonna tell you a
5'7"
story what happened that nobody
smacking
knows.
that shit.
Let me tell you a story that happened that I'm gonna give y'all a song about when I got robbed here in Atlanta.
Okay.
I'm shooting Love and Hip Hop. I got the Chrome Mozzie. I got the 5.7 in the door.
Word.
I was one of the first with that heckler. I had my heckler I got from Miami years. You know what I'm saying? And we pulled up at, this is when it was on Peter Street. We pulled it right next to the office.
right over here.
Right, yeah. So the gate would open up and we would pull up and it was like their building, that was their office. So I was with Brian Jones, the producer. Everybody knows B. Jones. I mean, they kept this quiet. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, we pull in, like 3 niggas come up, get up, boom. I had jewelry, I had my watch on. I think it was the Tiger Jacob watch. The niggas think, but they still, like, niggas is like, when Brian's going crazy. He's damn near under the fucking, he's damn near under the car.
Yeah.
And my car was low to the ground. Like, how the fuck did you fit under there?
What you pulled up with? Like
I pulled up in
the parking lot?
the fucking building. Everybody that was in the office of Love and Hip Hop seen everything.
Damn.
Because there was the big windows. It looked like it was you know how like they turned buildings from, it could have been like a firehouse, but then they put these big windows so the office, you could see everything. The door opens up, you pull in the car, and I park right in front where everybody's seen everything. About 5, 6 guys all came with guns.
It sounded like they
Surround
robbed
the
you
car with guns. So I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm looking, they getting everything, but they still don't got they still didn't see the strap.
The joint, yeah.
So I'm looking at the one nigga, I'm like, man, which one of these niggas I'm gonna pop? I'm not gonna get it to a Soldier Boy thing, but I mean, no, because look, Soldier Boy had to do what he got to do. You got to give him his props.
Right.
At the end of the fucking day, nigga, he got himself. That's
out of there, yeah.
You're supposed to do that. I didn't have a chance. They seen the gun and grabbed the gun, right? So Brian gets up, man, and he's like, man, and they took Brian's wallet. He didn't have shit. They took a chain, a watch, my gun, and I think that was it, right? I make a couple of calls, and I say about 2-3 hours later, I meet the guys at Onyx, and I get all my shit back.
Same.
So
pay?
I get all my shit back, everything. I got my gun with no bullets back in it though, but I understand that.
Yeah, right. Of course.
You feel me? So, yeah, that happened. And it's crazy because the people loving hip hop nobody ever said anything. We was filming that. It was and everything. Like nobody knew about that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knew about that. But yeah, I went. We met at Onyx. I had a few guys with me, a few guys with them, and the streets talk. There's there still is respect out in the streets, and there still is, a mutual understanding. But yeah, that happened about 2-3 hours later. I got all my shit back.
Exclusive right there.
That's an exclusive. Yeah, hell yeah, I never told that.
Yo,
I never told that one, Sack.
Damn. Yo, Pete,
Yeah.
when you were talking about the 5 mics earlier, what's the question you have for Benzino about who giving out 5 mics to different artists and stuff like that?
Yeah,
First,
I'm about to say, go ahead.
But
First,
I can answer that with a ball.
First, I want to ask this. I want to say y'all were one of the first platforms that validated people's album. So if y'all said it was a 5, then everybody just agreed with whatever y'all said.
Well, that's called ownership. I can give myself 5 mics because I own the shit.
So, was there a team of people that
I'm
decided?
only playing. Yep. Yes. Great question. There was a whole journalistic side and there's a business side of the source.
And what was the criteria that?
The journalistic sides was people that wrote stories, the art directors, the photographers, and they love hip hop. There was guys just like you. Most of them went to college.
Mm-hmm.
I was hiring people like not in college because I really wanted to get street and I wanted to mix it up. Right. So I was the guy hiring motherfuckers straight from jail. You know what I'm saying? Straight from the streets. Yeah, I was. Yeah, a lot of, you know what I'm saying? Because, I felt like that's the balance, especially back then.
Mm-hmm.
Hip hop was college and streets.
So let me ask you this: we're putting that together. Elliot Wilson
Elliot Wilson.
came from underneath your umbrella. How'd that happen?
One of my sons. My sons. My sons.
You put them all first. What's happening?
Who else came from underneath that Source umbrella? I know my man Mecca, who's on
Mecca came
Mass
from
Podcast.
man. Listen, a lot of people went on to do amazing. Like a lot of people don't know Love and Basketball, Mike Elliott. A lot of people don't know the producers for Empire was Carlito. Kim Masario produced a lot of stuff right now. She's doing Impact. Like there's so many people that came from the Source that are doing amazing things.
Word.
Who was the dude that at the end of the book, like he drew like the cartoons?
Oh my God!
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
That's I'm fucked up.
Yo.
See, when you get older, that's yo.
The
That was
political
all. Let
cartoons.
me be honest. That was always me and him was always fucking. That was my guy, yo. Because no matter what, it was always rocky between me and like the journalists and some people.
Yeah.
He always kept it 100 with me. Super. A lot of people don't know that the Boondocks started with us. The Boondocks started with us as a comic strip. Yeah. Started in the Source.
Fire.
Started writing the Source, just a comic strip. The Boondocks.
So, you know Aaron Magruder personally?
Is he from LA?
He's the creator of the Boondocks.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Dave dealt with him.
Oh, okay.
Dave dealt with him, he was the one that was sending every month his shit. So I remember him, but Dave would deal with him on the phone.
That's great. That's an elusive dude, right?
But there was a question
Genius
before
stuff.
that. What was it?
The cartoon dude. He drew the.
Yeah, no. He's still around.
His name started with an A. I forgot. He's to tag his name on every
Fuck, man.
picture.
Aaron?
It was like Andre.
Dre.
Was it?
Dre.
Yeah.
They call him Dre. Hell yeah.
Dre, yeah.
Good, super talented, good dude. I mean, we had the dream team. I mean, art directors. Johnny Nunez and the great Chimo dude as far as photographers.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm
Johnny's
saying?
he's the man.
You know what I'm saying? Like we gave a lot of these guys out there, they shot, and a lot of them took really, great advantage of it.
Okay. So tell me about with the Source and the 4.5 mic Southern Playalistic Outcast. You talked to Big Boy. I know he said he wanted the other half of Mike.
Yep. I haven't talked to him, and I wish I could have a conversation because I would apologize to him face to face. Because the only times I ever put myself 192. I was there for 18 years, 192 covers.
Okay.
And it's funny because these covers came after me. Of those 192 covers, I probably each time remember every month. Each time somebody had to do a 5 mic rating.
Right.
5, 6, 7 artists being rated. I've only stuck my nose in the 5 mic ratings 3 times. The Eminem situation, situation with Jeezy and Lil Brother, where they was trying to give Lil Brother 4.5 and Jeezy 3 for his first album.
Oh, no.
I had to balance that out.
For TM 101,
Yeah.
they try to give him three
Three.
mics.
Like 3 mics.
Tripping.
Who they try to get Lil Brother what?
Like
4.5. 4.5
Nah,
mics.
but they had a joint though.
But that
Brother
was
was fire.
But that was a situation where who they was shaped them. Like, these are college, at this point, these cool
gotcha.
college. They knew nothing about trap and trap music. So you can't just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know this shit is dope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That time, and then the time with the Outkast was just, and like I've said it before, you know, I didn't hear it. And not that I even had, I should have heard it. I don't know. It was just the wrong place at the wrong time where I was talking to the editor. And I think they might have wanted to give him 5 mics. And I said, nah, 4.5. And it was like a debate. And I think I put my foot down on that. And that was, you know what I'm saying? Listen, you know, that was me. If it probably wasn't for me, they would have got 5 mics.
So that was on Southern Playalistic, you said.
First
Did
album.
any of the AT Aliens or any of the other joints get 5?
No, that was. no.
Equipment Now did.
Yeah.
What the one after that?
The 98. And Equipment Now with
Yeah,
Rosa Parks.
Equipment Now.
See, I'm be honest. Like me, I'm be honest. And I say this, and I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna keep saying it. There's 8 billion people on this fucking earth. What makes us separate is our ability to listen to our own music and shit that we like, and be the people that we like, and not give a fuck what anybody else is saying.
Right.
If you listen to music, it is subjective. You gotta listen to it for you.
Word.
Whatever makes you up, your DNA, all those little things in your emotional makeup. You can't listen to motherfuckers that might not even think the way you think, tell you what's good and what's not. I get it. It was a rating system and it was good for hip hop and it was iconic, and I am not downplaying it. But I didn't take the mic system as serious as some of these motherfuckers. That's probably everybody. I just was like, okay, that's a great part of it,
Right.
and that's a part of the magazine. But I just, because you know, it's hard if you're taking $1 million of advertising with Sony and you're giving their fucking artists 2.5 mics.
Right.
It's hard to do business like that. So
But see, look, y'all
where's
gave,
the integrity? How you?
y'all gave Reasonable Doubt 4 mics when they first came out.
But at the
you ain't
time-
hear it then, right?
Again, me,
At the time, yeah.
I would never get into those debates because I love Reasonable Doubts. And Benzino's mine, that's a 5er, but that's me. Dr. Dre's a 5er. You know what I'm saying? That's me. This motherfucking shit that I love. You know what I'm
What's
saying?
your favorite joint? Your favorite 5 mic album you ever like rated?
I mean, you know, some albums you just can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can say that the Fuji should have got 5.
Okay.
Oh, the score got 4.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, 4.5. I
Four and
think
a
so.
half.
Yeah.
That should have gone.
What did you change TM 101 to from 3 mics?
I think 3.5.
Oh,
I wanted to do it as a 4, but they dropped Little Brother to 4, but that was the trade-off. I think 3.5. Even me, I owned it. I could have said nah, but you got to, you know, I don't get involved with that. You got to let them do what they do. The couple of times I did it, it was a personal reason. That I just knew that, you know what I mean? Like, come on, like 3 mics, you know what I'm saying? But I think I gave him 3.5.
Gotcha. I got a question. So, with the source, you dealt with Master P.
Yeah, I got a whole song called Deja Vu.
Oh, absolutely. The Made Man.
Where man, we gave David Myers, that was the one that Missy was using. We gave him $500,000 first for that. That came out my pocket. I paid for that out my pocket.
Video was dope.
A half ticket. Yeah.
So you said P in the source was buying whole page ads at the time, and they were going for $25,000.
Like 6 pages. But just like the streets, we gonna give you, you know, we gonna. So like if it's 25, then we'll give him the P for 20. You know what I'm saying? Like P was doing that. We got to get P all the, like P spent a lot of money with the source. Shout out to Master P. You
Shout out to P.
know what I'm saying?
what artists do you think benefited the most
All
from,
of them.
from exposure on the source?
Oh, I thought you
can
meant
name
from
one
P
person.
side. Benefit the most? I mean, it's everybody. It wasn't no most. If you was on that cover,
Yeah, unsigned.
that shit helped your record sales. It helped your promotions. It helped your marketing. It helped your show money. Everything about you was turned up. It was the internet before the internet.
Well,
It was.
now we in the podcast era where we see black people, you know what I'm saying, that look like us, come from places that we come from, talk about investment, talking about, you know, how they flip their money and stuff like that, right? If you are looking back on the source situation, what do you think business-wise you would have did differently? That you would this advice that you would give to the next generation coming up that might have something powerful?
I would have invested in businesses that made sense over time. But again, I was a wild boy. I was a drug dealer. That's how I grew up. I knew nothing else but selling drugs and hip hop. And I got used to the mentality of, man, I could blow even all my profit for the day and go buy clothes and jewelry because the next day and have nothing. Blow it all. Give away, do it. And because the next day I'm going out there to get it. As long as I got work. As long as there's work, I'm gonna go get it. You can't, that mentality you can't have in real life. You know what I'm saying? I probably ran through 20 million in a couple of years. Just wilding the fuck out, doing amazing, crazy, nutty shit. Like, spent a lot of money. And I brought all my guys with me. And I helped a lot of people along the way. I mean, that's how you get the economy going. The economy don't go if you don't have a Benzino. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, the cars don't get bought. The hotels don't get fucking stayed in. I mean, you got to keep the first class tickets. You got to keep all that expensive shit going.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Now I would do it all different now. All different now. I've learned money now, and I've matured now, and I understand it now.
That's
I
a
would have
fact.
saved. I've never had a savings account. I've always had a checking.
Nah, that's a fact.
So when you in there with Bob and he offers you guys what, like 50 million?
55.
55 million.
55
for the
million.
source.
Yeah.
And you say,
Yo, I didn't even get goosebumps or nothing. Like,
that's crazy.
I didn't even, like, I was so calm because he said, look, I'm gonna write it down. It's just me and Dave. I'm gonna write it down. And I'm gonna go in the back. When I come back, you know, I don't even want to negotiate. I'm gonna write it. He don't even want to talk to us, really. I'm just gonna write it down. Didn't look like he cared for me too much. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Dave, but you know what I mean? Because I went in there like, you know, hair not all the way braided, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think I had some leather Adidas pants on, and this one he just bought BET for them bills. So he was, you know what I mean, he was suited up. And he said, I'm just gonna write it down. And Dave opened it up and he showed me. I said 5500000. I said, damn. I started we both calculated. You know what I'm saying? And the only calculation I think I did wrong with that is that I immediately calculated the 30 million that we owed the bank, and we really could have paid that over time. Cause I'm thinking like, look, we got to pay the bank the whole 30, but we really had to pay them like, it was really like $2 million a year with that crazy ass interest. That's why I fucked up. Cause I'm thinking, all right, the 30 million's gone, the 25 million's gone, and the fact that we wanted 75 million, because we felt like we was close enough to take it public. We was almost there. We felt that if we could just get it up to be worth 65, 70 million, that we could take it public, Wall Street. And then now that's it. That's over after that. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? You know, you live and learn, and you don't live with regret, especially us niggas. We ain't supposed to be here.
Right.
Like, we're blessed to be here, and we should be happy to be here. Free.
So let's take a sharp turn real quick, right?
Okay.
Yo, man. There's a lot of rumors surrounding this. What happened with Paul Pierce, man? Because a lot of us hear this story about Brandy. And you was talking to Brandy, and you said this was false.
No,
like,
man, Brandy was like, I can tell you a story where I remember Brandy at the Hit Factory in Miami, right? And hopefully she'll see this. So we gave Ray J his first really debut on TV for the Source Sound Lab. It was, you know,
I remember that. He was hosting.
on UPN.
Yeah,
yes.
I remember that.
All right. So, you know, we knew Ray, you know what I'm saying? Brandy was in Miami, and I think this was the time she was just talking to who was now the father of a child, the producer guy she was working on. Rodney was there. So me and I forgot what happened, but we was up there deep, just us. And I think I got into it with one of the guys. But you know, like, we love each other, but we going into it, we going hard. And I just remember Brandy and them like running out the studio and shit, and you know what I'm saying? She was like, what the fuck, you know what I mean? That's just, so I never knew Brandy like that, so I didn't even hear that rumor. What happened was, Paul got aggressive with one of my guys, girl. Got aggressive, he got aggressive. When athletes come to Boston, it's not the first time it happened. Like Mo Vaughn, you remember Mo Vaughn? Mo Vaughn was the big first baseman for the Red Sox. So Mo Vaughn is hollering at Apple's girl, my man Apple a street nigga. Mo Vaughn catches a fucking glass ashtray to the face at the Roxy nightclub. Lawyer Malloy.
Oh.
Lawyer Malloy's fucking with one of my guy's baby mothers. My man Merrill jumps in the motherfucking limousine with lawyers out at the club and pulls out a 4/5 on him. You see what I'm saying? Like, you see the pattern?
Yeah.
A lot of these young guys got to realize when you go in these cities and you fucking all these broads, you gotta be cognizant. You gotta know who you're messing with, because these chicks, if their baby's daddy's in the hood and he ain't got too much, that's all they got.
Yeah.
The last thing they want to hear about their baby mother, whether he's with them or not, and if he's with them, it's worse, is fucking on a basketball player or a football player. Well, let me rephrase that. If he's not, but still, it's not worth it. You know, these young guys playing sports, man, they just go crazy and they just disregard, like, a motherfucker will find you, a motherfucker will run up on you about their broad.
Word.
Paul was too aggressive with the girl. I don't know if he grabbed her ass. I don't know what happened. I think my man, you know, free shout out to, you know, Big Boss, Roscoe. But he warned him one time, like, bro, chill, and he didn't chill, and we in Boston, and in Boston, that's how it happens. I don't know, you know, when one fight, the motherfuckers is jumping out, niggas is jumping out of paintings, out of clocks, out of fucking, motherfuckers is coming up from the fucking
jumped out of
panels on the floor. Like, and you know, the thing about it was, I'm standing feet away watching it. I didn't know it was Paul. And I don't got to say this to lie or to impress. If I knew that was Paul, I would have ran over there and stopped that. Not just being a big Celtics fan, but I knew the ramifications if that was Paul. I seen it, and I just didn't know who the fuck it was. I knew the nigga was tall. I just didn't know. I watched him. He was at Kansas. It just didn't look the same. We in a dark-ass nightclub. The thing about that night is that Paul, I bounced to New York, so I got on the flight and got the fuck out of there. Because the word was it was Made Man and Benzino. I said, oh, hell no. That was on the news and everything. I said, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm like, I didn't do it. I'm walking to get my car when everything's haywire, and Tony Bettine, his brother, is mentioning my name. I could have said something right to Tony right there. He was the center.
Oh, Tony Bettine, yeah.
Yeah, he said, that he was like, yeah, it was Made Man. It was Benzino. I'm right next to this nigga. On my mother. And so, my man Hurst, he picked him out the lineup, didn't pick me. He's in the hospital, and they're telling him to pick me. I'm thinking, they thinking he's gonna die, and they're saying, they're pointing at my picture out the book. They're like, him. He didn't pick me, but he picked my guys. One of the guys he picked was standing there with me watching. So I had to spend about $100,000, $150,000 on a lawyer for Hurst. And we took it to trial. Hurst could have went to jail for that. And he wasn't even over there. There was other niggas over there, but Hurst wasn't. And, you know, Paul took the stand. Like, Paul pointed niggas out.
Word.
You know, I don't know, you know, but he took the stand, pointed niggas out. And, yeah, you know, niggas got 20 years over that shit.
Damn.
I didn't know all that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Me and Paul seen each other a couple of times at the Miami Heat game, and you know what I'm saying? We seen each other, but, you know, look, you know what I'm saying? Shit happens, you know what I'm saying? And, like, I was a little disappointed with Paul because I'm a fan of Paul Pierce and the Celtics. But when that happened, it's like, God, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what the fuck? And it's like, when he went on Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes, the way he told the story was a little irresponsible. And I just think that he could, like, we got to try to be bigger men to show these youngsters out here something different. You got to, like, kind of man up and really show what happened and say, look, I was wrong.
How do you tell the story?
Just nonchalantly, like, it just, you got to watch it, you know what I'm saying? I watched it, and I just, you know what I'm saying? I just was like, his answers wasn't right, you know? But, you know, I can't, he's his own man. And at the end of the day, I mean, he got poked up bad. Paul almost died. You know what I'm saying? It was, and for him to come back and do what he did was fucking, like, Avengers shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? That nigga almost went to the championship with all those wounds. You know what I'm saying? Like, they love Paul Pierce in Boston, and I get it. That you could be a black man, be loved by all the whites up there, but then be a black man and be hated by them same whites. It's just the paradox of Boston.
How did Benzino had something to do with it? How did that affect your career?
I mean, I think, you know, for the most part, at the source, nothing affect my career because the money was just coming in so much. I was on a major label. I was getting $500,000-$700,000 deals. Man, I was doing a lot of shit. Had a lot of money, and so you know, I was always in controversy, and that's almost like that's what we was known for. Back then, being in controversy actually helped your career. With me, the career thing was probably the Eminem thing because just the magnitude of his fan base and how they're just over the top with it and disrespectful. Like our fan base ain't like that. Like hip hop, us, our culture, we're not like that. And so, you know, and when I say that, it's not like it hurt my career because I can't say my music was always overshadowed after all this. So, you know, but I mean, I'm a man and I got to take responsibility for that. You know, all them situations that happened, I was in, regardless. And you got to do better, man. You got to, you can't, after you get mature and you live a little longer and you start having kids, you can't want to live like that no more. And you got to see what you did wrong and change you too. You can't always be blaming somebody. The problem with our culture now is that we always point a finger. We run from blame. We don't take responsibility. Everybody that takes responsibility, they feel like they're being embarrassed and they lash out. I've passed all that. Like, diss records don't really hurt me. I've been around too much death and destruction, for like words to like. That's even like how Nail in the Coffin. Like I didn't hear it the same way because all that shit that he's talking, a drug dealer, I really sell drugs. I really do all that. Like all that shit you talking, that yabba dabba do shit. I don't get into that. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't affect me like how people thought it did, because it's like the shit that I've been through is like, man, this is nothing.
You know, let me say this, not to cut you off. So you've been through, the stuff with the police, the RSO.
Hell yeah.
You've been through with the source, the building that up, to drug dealing, the whole nine. What does it feel like in real life? We've all seen this on movies, right? Where somebody actually wears a wire and tries to get you to confess and tell on yourself. Is it like how it is in the movies? Because you dealt with this, somebody working for the source.
Well, the thing about it is it hurts more when you're giving them $150,000 a year in a car allowance. What hurts worse than that?
You paying him.
Niggas are wearing wires on a regular basis in the hood now. But to be paying a nigga to wear a wire against you is some next level shit.
That's a fact.
George Moore, that's his name.
Yeah.
He was our accountant at the Source magazine for like 5 years. Dave hired him, half white, Jewish man. You dirty rat. So he'd be his office is next to Dave. I never had an office at the Source. The whole Source is my office. Dave had a couch, and I come in from out of town or off the road. I go sit couch with Dave. We vibe. We talk. We go over everything, and I'd be in the wind. His office would always be next to Dave, and if we seen each other, it'd always be like talking about how them Jets doing, how them Patriots doing.
Right.
And he talked Jet because he's from New Jersey. I'm from Patriots. That's it. I ain't got nothing else to talk to you because Dave handled all the paperwork. Like, I've never seen statements. I've never seen bank. I trusted Dave, and I let Dave do everything. And again, I'm a nigga from the hood. I'm really a raw ass nigga from the hood. That paperwork shit, I never. Right. So there was a point in time where I did notice he had a fucking name tag, a clip-on name tag that was sitting, because he always wore button-up. He was the only one that wore button-ups, but I was used to that. But now he's coming in the office with a name tag, and I'm like, what the fuck is the name? But I'm looking at it as like, maybe that's something that all accountants in New York got to wear. That's because I remember thinking that. I'm like, damn, how come nobody else got it? I'm thinking I said, oh shit, so Dave got the name tag system up here, and he's the only one. And then I thought, okay, well, maybe that's just some accountant shit in New York, because it had like a big number on it. And it was like a laminate, but it didn't have a piece of metal on that motherfucker in the middle. And I never thought it was a wire. So he'd always be coming up on me like, yo, Ray, we gotta do your taxes. And I'm like, bro, that's what you do. You know,
Yeah.
talk to Dave and do the taxes. Trying to get you. All right, cool. Another 3 days. Ray, we got, he's run down the hallway. Ray, bro. And at this point, I'm like, yo, Dave. I'm like, Dave, tell him to fuck. I said, I don't know about no fucking taxes. tell him to do my fucking taxes. I'm like, you got the fucking paperwork, right? Tell him to do the fucking taxes. So why the fuck does he? I'm saying it just like this because it's bothering me that he keeps saying this the whole time, not knowing he's trying to trap me up. I'm on the road in the tour bus. He calls me. I hang up on him. I don't even answer. He calls 2 times. Jeff come back from in front of the tour bus. I'm sleeping. Yo, it's George. Hey, Ray, click. Now, come to find out, when I got indicted, because we got, we was being investigated, he got approached by the FBI to wear a wire against me. Right off the George Washington Bridge in Dunkin' Donuts.
That's crazy.
His thing, answer was why, because in his mind, he thought it would be adventurous.
What?
This is what his excuse was.
Watching too
Now,
many
this
movies.
is in the transcripts. Adventurous, but he had a deep jealousy of me, and I understand it now. Now, see, I never knew this, but I understand it now. I'm coming through there, jewelry. He sees all the money I'm spending. He's the accountant. I'm staying at the Beverly Hills Hotel for like months, running up $200,000-$300,000 bills when we leave. $200,000-$300,000 bills. I'm staying in a room that's like $1,200 a night for like 3-4 months. Do the math. And then I got 4 or 5 of my niggas in the regular part at $400 a night with 2 double rooms. It's the Beverly Hills Hotel. I'm coming out, look in the back. In the back is where all the expensive bungalows that are hidden with the trees, right? It's the Beverly Hills, that bit with the big. But then you go in the back with the bungalows, and nobody's back there. So my shit's next to Sumner Redstone. So in your bungalow, you got a fireplace, and you get a motherfucking Beverly Hills robe. So my Brady used to come by. I got my shit half braided. I'm going to get her at the front, right? I got the slippers on, the robe and shit, man, with some drawers on. And I see old ass Sumner Redstone. And this the nigga that owned Viacom. Nigga that gave Bob Johnson $3 billion. Was him. Sumner Redstone. Owned MTV, VH1. So I see past him, he look at me crazy because he had he's an old guy, so you got people helping him walk. He got like a tennis racket. He looking at me with a crazy look, looking at him back with a crazy look, like, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck you here? Why the fuck is you here? Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, I walked back. That motherfucker, I went and got the braider. But it was little shit like that I remember. But I was just doing outrageous shit, man, like crazy.
He was peeping it.
I just was like spending like crazy amounts of money, and George was seeing it. Yeah. And I think it got to him because there was no other reason. We never had beef. In the transcripts, right, you get to see what they say on the wire. So when he's on the phone with me, and then even though I hang up, you could still see, because everything has to be what he's saying after I hang up. And he says, damn, that motherfucker hung up on me again.
Wow.
My father already got me ready for this. 11 years old, I was getting speeches about snitches and everything. I was laying in the bed, and Ray, I want to talk to you. And yeah, I was named after a mobster. You know, Raymond Patriot. Like, my father gave me, like, so I was ready for all that. You just can't talk to me about shit. And the truth was, I didn't know the difference of a W9, W3, W6. Motherfucker, that's what you here for. I'm going out here doing the thing I do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was fucked up. And he could have got me jammed up because nobody beats a tax case. And I beat it.
You did.
That's a fact. Well, with the game migrating to the females dominating right now, with your daughter being one of the top females right now, how you feel about the game right now being in the females' hands?
I mean, we live in a hypersexualized society now. On one hand, if you have children of young of age, you don't want them so exposed to that. You know, you got to be, conscious.
Absolutely.
The other hand, you understand this is where it's at. This is where we at with it. Social media, there's so much, different X-rated images on that. And with me, I'm caught in between because that's my daughter. That's my baby who I've raised since I was in when she came out. I didn't look because I can't look at that shit. I was in the back like, push.
Yeah,
Push,
for
you all right?
real.
Push. I can't look at that. Yeah, did y'all look at that?
Nah, I can't look at that.
I couldn't do it.
My lips was
But
turning white.
once she got out, they gave it to me, and I was nervous. And then it was like cut the cord. And I'm like, no, I can't cut that shit. I was like, oh, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but I've raised Coy since she was a baby. That's everybody else was boys. Her 2 older brothers from somebody else, and then my son and then Ray, and then Gina. She's boys. She's the only girl.
So you recently did an interview where you said you had to unfollow her on social media.
Yeah, I can't follow Coy.
You talking about just like sexual images and stuff
Yeah,
like that?
I can't do that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I can't do that. I can't.
I actually feel that though. I actually agree with that
If
100%.
you my daughter and shit, I don't want to see you in that light. Yeah, at all.
Did she always?
Back in the day, fathers didn't have to go through that. See, things change. People understand. Like, imagine back in the 80s and 70s, fathers didn't have to go through that type of stuff. See what I'm saying? It gets harder.
There was no internet. Yeah, you're right.
I always say the internet changed it. Like back in the 70s and the 80s, you can't look up your pops. You know what I'm saying? Like Facebook page from the 70s. And
Yeah, that's a
But
fact.
now, you know what I'm saying? Like your kids can look you up. Like
That's a
they can
fact.
make a YouTube PC. They can YouTube.
They
bad
can.
thing is,
They
you know what I'm saying,
can. That's a
The
fact.
bad thing is having a daughter and not able to have a communication to let her know how the over-sexualized things could harm her or could put her in danger or could. It's just that they don't want to hear it. They just don't want to hear that, and that to me that's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? And Coy's smart. Now, one thing about her, Coy never stripped. So shit, I'm happy about that. You know, she just never was out there, and I never met a boyfriend with Coy. So, that's why with me, you know what I'm saying. And even when she was 10 with me and her mom broke up, so I wasn't able to be there in that phase of when she's 16. Although she came live with me for a little bit, but to be there in Jersey with her when she's dating boys or anything like that.
What part of Jersey?
They grew up in Hackensack.
Got you.
Yeah.
Yo, how hard is it to be like an international rap superstar and having kids and dealing with that while you always on a plane, always traveling? Like what advice would you give for somebody entering that lifestyle? Like how should you move?
You gotta have if you're gonna have kids, you gotta have the right people around your kids. You gotta make sure you can trust them. And usually the kids have different baby mothers, so you have to make sure you even out the love.
Got you.
That's so important.
Right.
And chances are when they come stay with you, there's gonna be another chick there, or there's gonna be other chicks there.
Pulling up.
And the way you handle that is gonna play a lot on how they, react towards you in certain instances. So listen, man, there's no real answer to it. You just gotta do the best you can. I'm a street nigga. I'm learning as I go like everybody
Right.
else.
That's a
I just
fact.
know I love them, and I know I come from an old school mentality, and I know right from wrong. In every situation, there's not a gray area with me. So I just, if I give them that, you know what I'm saying? But it's hard to communicate with them because the internet communicates with them
Right.
way stronger than we can.
I know. The internet is raising a lot of people's kids, man.
Everybody.
They'll listen to the internet before they listen to their parents.
That's a problem because the internet is like 75% of it is lies and bullshit and fabrications and narratives. And if that's what you're following, then you're gonna be mixed the fuck up when you have to make decisions out in the real world.
Right.
The fuck.
Yo.
It's always gonna be reality and what it is in the streets. In the internet, it could be whatever the fuck you want it to be, and I'm not with. I wasn't raised like that.
I got a question for you, right? So switching
Y'all
it
got
up a little bit.
17,000 questions.
Of course.
That's a fact.
Hey, son, I got a question for you.
I'm gonna make up a situation, just fill in the blanks for me, right?
I like this.
So Benzino sitting at home, he chilling. You know
Smoking.
what I'm saying? Yeah, of course.
With a bad bitch with him.
Of course.
She be there?
Yeah.
That's how it be.
Yeah, one or
Whole
two.
life.
Paint your picture.
Whole life now. We're talking about whole life now.
Paint your
Right?
picture.
So the phone ring. Yo,
Hello?
this is Mona Scott Young. we want you.
Mona.
We want you to be on a reality show, and we want to show
I like-
all your
it's good.
relationships, your whole life. You know how. What makes you say yes to that, and do you know what comes with it?
Well, First of all, I wouldn't have even ended up in Atlanta if it wasn't for Stevie J. Because I was in Miami and Stevie was staying with me in Miami. I was living in Miami for a little while. Stevie came down there with me to stay with me for a minute. But he was based here. And he was like, yo, come up here and shit. I was like, all right, fuck, I'll come there for a couple of weeks. I packed up the studio. I was going to rent a crib for a couple of weeks and just was going to do some music. So I found out that him and Mimi, and I knew Mimi prior, I found out that they was casting for Love and Hip Hop, and I only knew really Love and Hip Hop from what I seen with Jim and Chrissy, which really was just like about females, not necessarily too much nigga shit on it.
Word.
So when he said he was doing it, I was like, oh yeah? I was like, I didn't think nothing of it, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, he was fucking with Josh at the same time, fucking with Mimi in real life. In real life, they didn't know about each other. And then he brought them on TV together, and they found out, and that's how Love and Hip Hop and
a wild
everything the blueprint was made from what Stevie did. I just was giving him, he was staying with me, and I was giving him a ride because his license was fucked up. So I was giving him a ride back and forth. Let me tell you, the first episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, I'm talking about the first frame, the very first frame in the first episode. You know what they show? It's not even a person. It's that motherfucking 750. That chocolate 750. 750. And then they went inside, and Mimi, with the peanut butter guts, Mimi and Stevie were inside of it. You know what I'm saying? And I would bring Stevie to the set, smoke, wait for him. And, you know what I'm saying, he'd come out, be like, you know, because this was all brand new. So one time he came out, he still had his mic on him. And we was talking, he was like, yo, man, this is fucked up because Mimi, I said, my nigga, what the fuck you think's gonna happen? I said, you gotta have to choose between one of them. Like, we talking real shit, smoking before, in between the scenes. So then that's when I think Stefan, the white guy, came to me and was like, the producer, Stefan Gilmore, was like, yo, can you say that to him in the scene? I was like, all right. Yeah, I can say that.
Word.
Do that. And that's when the first scene when I was like monogamous and shit. Like I threw that in there. Shit, you know me. Once them lights, camera, action, I just like, okay, we talking. And then I was like, yeah, well, you know what? You gotta be monogamous. That's the first time I ever used that word in my life. You know what I'm saying? But I'd be ready for any moment. Shout out to Sleezo, man.
Word.
Like to be honest with you, if it wasn't for Sleeves, that like let's make it clear, those first 3 seasons was the best seasons of Love and Hip Hop, and nothing will ever come close to them. Not even close. We was getting like 5 million people watching us every fucking Monday, yo. 5 million people was a lot of people. Love and Hip Hop can barely crack 1 million right now. And no disrespect.
Yeah,
Shout out to
right.
everybody that was on Love and, because that's not what I'm here to do, but people got to know the impact of that first crew. And then, again, I'm just sitting there in the car, and that's when Carly came. So Stevie's in there doing the scene. That's when she came in there doing that Louis Prada Gucci song. And when she come out, I'm in the car smoking again, sharing. I got a couple of niggas with me. She's talking, and I'm like, me? Right? I'm like, me? And she's like, yeah. She walks up to the car. She was like, because I had been looking at it. Of course, you're there, you're looking at the cast members like,
facts.
Knock that motherfucker. Right? So I'm looking at shit. I think the first episode was I was just at a party, like a what do you call it, a cameo in a party.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting down, and that's when I was like, who's that, Stevie? She's like, oh, that's Carly. I said, K. Michelle. So I'm looking at all of them. I'm like, man, which one I'm just to myself. I'm not thinking I'm gonna be on the TV, because that wasn't my intention. So Carly, like, yo, can I call you? I was like, yeah, you can call me. Wasn't no cameras on, so nothing. So boom, we started talking. I didn't even tell Steve. I was like, I ain't not gonna fuck this up. I'm smashing this. I'm smashing this little TV motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I said, I've been looking at her. I said, that's crazy. I didn't even think like that she wanted me to be on the TV. I'm thinking about fucking immediately. Like, first night action, like, you know what I'm saying? So like, I ended up going over to the crib, whatever. I took her to the movies and shit. We went out to eat. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be, you know what I mean? At the time, I was talking to her. I just got there, but shit, I had, you know what I mean? I had a little Asian chick. I had this other chick that worked with the Food Network.
Right.
Like, yeah, I was like, I like Atlanta because in Miami, it was wild. Strippers and a lot of Spanish women. And, oh, man, I lost my mind the whole 7 years in Miami. Like, longer than that. Miami, you will lose it.
Facts.
I come to Atlanta, I was just like, damn, Atlanta's so many women, and they friendly, and it's like you can fuck with 5 and 6 of them and it's cool. Like I was like, this is all right. So, you know what I'm saying? I like it here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, so man, like Stevie gave us all the opportunity, man, and Love and Hip Hop did great things to where people, I'm still really like known for those seasons. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you know, with Carly, man, we just started fucking around, and then eventually she was like, yo, you gotta come on with me, and I was like, nah, because I was fucking with the other chicks.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, I'm not Stevie.
Right,
I'm
right.
not with all that fighting and all that with chicks and all that. I like to be covert with it. I was always sneaky cock. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? With like, like my thing was like, she finally get. I went and did it, but then I figured, okay, if I'm gonna do it, I dropped any other chick I was with. I blocked them and everything. This is when you first learn how to block people.
Yeah.
Cause I was like, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna go all the way and be like, I'm gonna be like the lover boy on it. I'm gonna let Sleeves go through the crazy shit. Let Scrappy go through the crazy shit. Like they all going through the crazy shit. I'm gonna go on, and I was the first one to tongue kiss a chick on it. Carly was in there. I made her this lobster dinner. She sat on my lap. She was like, oh, I was like, motherfuckers was like, oh shit, like everybody was trying to be too cool. Now notice after I started tonguing them down and started loving them, everybody started doing that. Yeah, so, I left my mark.
You just said he started tonguing them down and loving them. Everyone
I was gonna propose to her, but in real life, I let her move in with me. I had the little mini mansion, motherfucking Smyrna. Everything was cool. We probably could have. I said, but she was coming in late. Yeah, Sack
Like
coming
she was
in
coming
late
in
with
late.
lipstick on her collar and shit. I'm like, listen, Carla, I'm starting to hear things. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, look, I'm saying, listen, like, I don't want to look crazy out here, so you keep coming in here late. That's gonna be it. Oh no, she thinks she really finessing me. So I read that she with Roscoe Dash and Waka Flocka. I'm seeing this in the blogs, and I'm like, okay, she coming one thing at 7 o'clock. She had a bunch of like, what's those, you know, like the bags, brown bags that you get.
Louis Vuitton?
No, like the bags, the
Paper bags?
like when you go shopping, you get the bags, like the shopping bags, and they give you like when you
Oh,
go,
yeah.
she had a bunch of them with her clothes,
Yeah.
like a roll-on. Them shits was out front. In real life, no cameras or nothing. I was like, you gotta go. Yeah, you gotta get the fuck out of here. And I still had the ring. And I was supposed to be doing the scene. Mona didn't know it. Like, they wanted me to propose to Carly. Like, they was like, yes, we're gonna get a fucking Love and Hip Hop wedding. And I was like, no, fuck that. She can't be cheating on me and I'm gonna propose to her. This ain't part of the fucking script. I'm not a meathead, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so we went, it was me, my father, Schnapps, and Stevie. I said, Stevie, I can't do it. I was like, man, she was like, Mona's gonna be mad. I was like, I can't fucking do it. I was like, man, nah, man, she playing me. I'm not doing that. It's like, fuck that, just forgive her. I was like, nah, fuck that shit. I'm not looking stupid. So we went there, and I'm sitting there like, man, this is fucked up, and they're telling me to do it. Propose to her. Because we was going to do a wedding. I was going to be the first one, a Love and Hip Hop wedding. We could have got a spin-off. All this shit's just, everything's just happening fast. It's just crazy, right? Because it ain't like I was super in love with her, but I was in love with the notion of us having a fucking special. And, you know what I'm saying? And then I was just caught up in a moment. I was like, there was like somebody right here was like, do it. So you know you're gonna get big off this. And this other motherfucker's like, you stupid motherfucker. This bitch is fucking everybody, nigga.
Right.
You gonna fucking do it?
Facts.
I pulled that bitch down, I grabbed it right there. He was like, my nigga. That one right there, he said, my nigga. I grabbed it back, and she was mad as fuck. When I got back to the crib, it was me, Stevie, my father. Stevie left the door open. She ran downstairs. I had already had another chick up in the bed. She was pissed the fuck off, going crazy. I told her to get the fuck out. I said, if you don't call, I'm gonna call the police. She was crying. She was like, I want the ring. I was like, I'm not giving you the fucking ring. I got the ring for free from Dave the jeweler to come do a part on the thing. And I was gonna give it to her. I was gonna get engaged and everything.
Word.
Dave,
Yeah, like that was a serious moment. My father was there.
Right.
He was like, how you gonna do it? I was like, Dad, like, I was serious. They was like, my heart was beating fast. Got a fresh haircut. And nigga, like I had the suit on and shit. And I just was like going back. I was like, nah, I can do it. I said, fuck it, just do it. And then she was like, you see her face when I was like, she was like, I said, I can't rock with you. Now Now, Love and Hip Hop years later, after they kicked me off, they used that same scene 2 or 3 times. But I did that. That was the original scene. I was really going back and forth whether I should do it or not. And I do it. The ratings was the biggest ratings they ever had.
Word.
In those 3 years. The first 3 seasons of Love and Hip Hop. The third season, my season, I was there. Everything. That's when I got shot. My mom's passed. I proposed to Althea on the fucking thing in the Ferris wheel in Atlanta. Like, I was really turning it up because everybody on there was like a schmuck. They was fucking all the chicks, and I was really trying to find love. Because at my age, I really was at this point. I'm like, that's not so bad. I was like, fuck it. If I do it, I might as well do it on TV.
That's
and
a
I
fact.
think women watched that, and I think they appreciated me for that. And it wasn't fake, because I really did. I had feelings for Althea. I felt for Althea. Don't ask me why. It just the stars aligned, and, and listen, the situation with her and Stevie, none of that. I loved her, and Stevie, if you love me, then nigga, then that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's how shit happens. It happens, but we got a beautiful son now, man, and like my girl got a son, and my sons love each other, man. It's just like when I look back. You know, even Stevie and Jocelyn got little Bonnie, and her and Zeno almost the same age. When they get together, they love each other.
Word.
They're loving hip hop babies from Chaos.
Wow.
He's not with Jocelyn no more, and I'm not with Althea no more. And both Althea and Jocelyn are doing good things, man. And they love their kids. It's just like that show was real for us. Now all this other shit they doing on Love and Hip Hop, it's just not the same.
Word.
I was gonna
That's
ask
a
you,
fact.
speaking of Althea, I remember I seen the video of you online.
Right.
When that happened, and
Yeah.
it was just like,
My heart was broken.
it was like,
My heart was
I didn't even
broken.
fully understand what was
My
going on.
heart was broken. I
Who
still
was filming that?
I still had love for like there's the police. That was their thing.
Oh, okay.
They still I still had love for her. We had just been together a week before that. I came to get Zeno and seen her walk with the nigga, and man, I lost it, man. I was fucked up. It hurt me. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, let me tell you. I don't know about anybody else. You know what I'm saying? But, after like when I cry, it makes me feel better after. It's like a lot is up in me.
That's
Those
because you were
moments of cry, whether
you
it's
were
TV
cancer.
or whatever it was, I gotta get it out of me.
That's
You
a
know what I'm saying?
fact.
And I've always noticed that after that, I feel better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was unfortunate, but yeah, I was hurt. And really, I shouldn't have been mad at the dude. You know what I'm saying? But it happens. You know what I'm saying? I ended up getting to a fight when I got locked up with this nigga. I'm in intake and shit, and this dude's like, yo, man, and I'm like, every time I get locked up, you can best believe niggas want to talk about everything. And I don't mind it, but at this point, I was not in the mood.
Right.
And he was like, I think he said he was sitting over there. It was like 6 of us in there. And man, he said one more thing, and I clocked this nigga, and I fucked him up, fucked my fucking hand up and shit. That was a fucked up situation because really I didn't handle that right. And I really was embarrassed with myself. I should have just accepted it like a man and kept it moving, but my emotions got the best of me, and I was hurt, and that was the outcome.
When you got shot, where were you?
I was in the car.
Where in what state?
I was
In what state?
I was on Route 3 going towards Cape Cod,
Oh,
going towards the Cape, going towards Plymouth.
Okay.
See,
I should live out there.
when my mom's passed, I had to go up there, but we were still filming Love and Hip Hop. And there was already tension between me and the family. I didn't want, like the wake, I went and see my mother out early with nobody there. It was just me and her. And I got up out of there, and I decided not to go at the funeral. I was gonna fly back to New York. And Stevie just popped up at the funeral out of nowhere. I didn't even know, but he's in Plymouth. He's like, yo, I'm in Plymouth, man. I got in a cab. He's like, I don't know where I'm at. I said, I'm not coming. He's like, bro, I flew down here for you. So I said, I'm gonna come pick you up. So I left her at the hotel. I went to pick him up. I'm on Route 3. Route 3 is a highway, it's just 2 highways, just 2 streets going towards the Cape. The whitest highway in Boston, as far as white. Y'all know that.
Yeah.
I noticed the procession. It was about 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. And it clicked in my mind, could this be my mother's, could this be it? Because I'm going to get Stevie. I'm thinking it's already going on. They're already out there. I'm looking at the procession, look at everybody. I see a bunch of light-skinned people, Cape Verdean, so I'm like, this is them. So I go to the front.
You could pull a mic back to you if you want.
Yeah. So I go to the front and to the front of the line, man, and boom, 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 boom. So I'm getting hit.
So there's no talking, no nothing, just.
I mean, it wasn't too much talking. It wasn't too much, you know what I mean? A lot of shooting. And my thing was like, I had seen the hearse. It was 2 hearse. I was in a rent-a-car. I forgot what it was. It was a Toyota.
So this was at the funeral?
This was going on the highway where the procession was, the cars.
Oh, word.
Motorcades on the right side.
Word.
I'm on the left side driving to pick Stevie J up.
Right.
So if Stevie wasn't there, I'd had no reason to go there because I was leaving that day. We're
Damn.
filming Love and Hip Hop.
Got you.
So boom, 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 boom. So the first thing I'm thinking is like, the first thing I did was make sure, like I take hard bricks. I've been hitting my breathing. I'm like, okay, boom. I sped up and fishtailed that bitch because I didn't want to speed up because there wasn't no traffic and then be caught up not around with the procession because now you got me. I don't got no strap. I'm going to Plymouth to get Stevie. Like I'm not thinking. So I fishtailed it. I'm coming back and I'm ducking traffic coming this way, and then here's the medium. The medium doesn't have trees. Yeah, it did have trees, but then it goes to where it's just field, and you can get to the other side. But I had already jumped out. I'm running. I'm bleeding all over the place and shit. I was losing a lot of blood. First place I went was to the hearse, and somebody put because I had the old school locks. I just see a finger. I don't even remember who was in the front. It had to be my sister's or my niece. Had to be. I seen then I kept running down, and then I just remember my cousins, my auntie Geneva's daughters, who I know but don't see too often, My aunt Geneva's daughters, Cape Verdean, I jumped in the back and I'm like, because as I'm running, he's still busting them. He had 3 guns busting. He had licenses for all the guns. See, he was never a street guy, never had a felony, never got in trouble or nothing. This was all like a big surprise. But I'm screaming, telling them, you got to go over the medium, get me out of here. Go over the medium, they're screaming, yelling. Blood's coming out everywhere because I'm hit here, I'm hit in the back, I'm hitting my arm, so I'm bleeding out. So they finally went over. We finally made it over and we're jetting down. Now, those exits are far and few over there. So we get off at the Pembroke one, I think it is. I can't remember, was it Pembroke?
Crazy, this happened in that area.
So once I get out, this is the crazy shit, when I get out, he had already called and said that I had the gun and I tried to kill him. So he says I got a gun. So when he says he shot a man, I had a gun, because he knew my reputation in Massachusetts and Boston. He knew they wanted me and they didn't give a fuck if he killed me. So I got pulled over by police. They pulled the car over and they stripped me butt naked, dick out, everything.
Why you bleeding?
Everything bleeding, and because they thought I had a gun. They got the guns out and shit, right? So it wasn't an ambulance, it was a fire truck ambulance, one of those, it was a fire truck type of thing. Yeah. So they put me up in there. So that while I'm in there, they got put the mask on me and shit. They try to shoot me up and they're doing ballistics tests on my fingers. They rub my fingers down with the gunpowder.
Wow.
Be tight,
They really hated you out there, boy.
But again, he told him.
Right.
He told him. So, you know what I'm saying? I just remember blacking out at that point, then waking up in the hospital. Because I lost about three pints of blood. Yeah. That was the first time I got shot, though. You know what I'm saying? My thing is like, I've been shot before. Like, I was lucky. All my niggas been shot. Like, I'm not dead, so I'm saying. But, it's Love and Hip Hop, so it's like, Mona's like, yo, can we get the cameras in the hospital? It's a gift from the reality gods that you got shot. We gotta film this. That's what she said. She said it's a gift from the reality god.
Oh my God.
I didn't take it personal because I understood it, So I said, I had a couple of connections. I was at Quincy Hospital. So I knew the people who knew people, and I was able to get the cameras up in there. We filmed. And it was crazy. That was a crazy time because when I got back to Atlanta, they have to kind of reenact the time where I heard my mother and then me rush to the hospital. I can't even use my arm. Like my arm, I couldn't even lift a 2-pound weight. Like my shit was paralyzed. I got my nerves was fucked up. It took me a while. I could bench press like 270 now in the gym. Like so,
That's
you
a
know what I'm
fact.
saying? You get yourself back. Acupuncture, all kind of shit I go through at Emory. But you know what I'm saying? Like I lived through that shit, and you know, that's what makes you stronger. You know what I mean? I still got a bunch of shrapnel.
That's
in me.
love, man.
On a lighter note, to end off the episode, right? So with me being from the town, I get into a lot of hip hop arguments. You know what I'm saying? Boston ain't got no rappers. Boston, da 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 da. And I think who better to ask than you, man? Who's your top 5 rappers from Boston?
Guru, rest in peace.
Word.
Guru really was underrated.
Facts.
Guru was a dope. The body of work that him and DJ Premier put out is some of the best work in hip hop.
That's a fact.
Like they need to be in the hip hop rock Hall of Fame. Like they're probably one of the top duos of DJ, and like this shit's
Definitely.
dope. I'm gonna go with Edo G.
Oh,
Because
Edo G, man.
Got
because
you.
Edo's one of the only motherfuckers up there that fucking went gold.
Hell yeah.
Probably platinum by now, but I gotta have it. You know what I'm saying? Gotta give it to Edo. You know, all my guys are in groups, so I can't single out. But
Got you.
you know, the wise guys, these are guys in different projects and gangs that I got together, and they put out an album, and the crime went down from 120 murders to like 30, 35 murders. So these guys did their thing. The Untouchables, Elo and Hardy was. I don't know if y'all seen that one where I did the guns up, face down. Look at who you facing now. Face off. Wave the 4-5 in your face, dog. Face it. Zeno from the hood. They want it. Damn, it's feeling good to see my people up on it.
Yep.
Rock the party. Who, nigga? I'll rock you to sleep. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we did that video, and I didn't even put that out but that was just a song and video. I used to get bored and just pay for songs and videos. You know what I'm saying? So the Untouchables, Elo and Hardy, they're dope as fuck. All my guys, you know what I'm saying? E. Devious, Cool Jesus, the Made Man, you know, all my guys was dope as fuck. I've worked with a lot of dope ass MCs from Block Party days. DJ Michael K and, you know what I'm saying, Devin Devastated. I mean, Boston, we don't get our props because we don't have a radio station. White people suppress hip hop. We couldn't even go see the Fresh Fest. We'd have to go to Providence, Rhode Island. Like they never gave hip hop big concerts in Boston. We'd have to go to Providence, Rhode Island, a whole different state.
That's crazy. Buddy Cianci had it rocking out there, huh?
To be honest, we're really a big part of the scene in Boston because
Right.
we really had it cracking as far as block parties,
Right.
and battles, and we really put it out there to where, you know what I'm saying, we brought hip, because our ties to New York, you know, like my father's from New York and my grandfather's not, I was shipped to New York every 5 months and then 2 times have family in New York, and we're getting break beats and tapes, cassettes from the Bronx, you know what I'm saying? So we're back and forth. So that influence at the time was the Mecca. It's shining heavy on us. We right next to New York. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, come on, man. Like Boston got stupid talent. Stupid talent. Of
course.
It's just that the bullshit overshadows it.
So, last thing, man.
All right.
You can give us one sentence. What's next in this Eminem battle, man? You just dropped one of the hottest tracks of your career. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's talking about it right now. What does Zeno do next? Whether we hear from him
Drop
or we
more
don't.
bombs on his ass. Yeah, man. Yeah, like
You ain't done.
drop.
So how much of a window does he
Oppenheimer
have?
shit. Yeah, Oppenheimer shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much of a window does he have before you drop the next bomb?
He better come on. I ain't got too much fucking time. I'm saying,
Hell
time is
yeah.
precious out here. He better, you know what I'm saying? And his millions of fans are waiting. Like you getting them. They starting to get depressed out there. These niggas is getting depressed. I look at their faces and they really. It's almost like they've been let down. Like you know what I'm saying? Like they're really. Like some of them look like they want to fucking cry. What the fuck is going on out here, man?
Come on, Em, I'm a fan. I need some hip hop.
What is you doing, man? Like, come on, like, I stepped it up. Where you at, Marshall?
Word.
Nah, facts. Talk heavy.
Yo, man, we appreciate you for holding it
That's
down.
a fact.
Coming through today. I feel like we
That
got
Eminem shit don't hit like it did 20 years ago.
Nah, it don't. It
Just say
don't.
what it is now.
Hey,
And a lot of these dope battle rappers need to stop being scared and go at this nigga. See, the only way you're gonna get and claim your throne and get known is you gotta go and take the niggas who are at top. This is what hip hop's always been. Why are niggas so fucking frightened to go at this nigga?
because
He's amazing. That's
He's
why.
a mythical creature.
He is. He's amazing.
You know what I'm saying?
He's a
I get it.
mythical creature.
He's built to be a mythical creature that we all.
I just Thanos that
Right.
nigga.
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
don't quote me. He ain't that mythical. Don't quote me. He looked at pretty human to me these last night.
Yo, Benzino, appreciate you coming through.
Nah, what?
You know what I'm saying?
Good shit, man. Good show, yo.
Oh,
It's
shout
love.
out to Screwface Gene, man. We watched your video
Shout out to my
earlier.
big motherfucking sack, nigga. In the fucking cut, you know what I'm saying? Big sack, you know what I mean? My nigga grown in the building. Hey.
Right, love.